We're working nonstop to make Real ID products available to customers who want them in Pennsylvania.
After a number of deferrals, PennDOT is finally getting ready to roll out Real ID in just about 2 weeks. And Pennsylvanians still have a lot of questions surrounding the new license and ID cards. There's some confusion when it comes to how much Real ID will cost, when and where you can get one, and if you really even need one. Fox 43 Finds Out gets the answers from PennDOT.
Real ID is coming. Are you ready?
Real ID is expected to be rolled out in Pennsylvania in March.
We're planning for March 1st, and assuming we don't have a big blizzard or something, we expect that that's going to be the case.
You don't have to get a Real ID. Pennsylvania is an opt-in state.
I think a lot of people will be very relieved to know that they have the option. And then for folks that don't want it, they don't have to worry about it either.
Starting October 1st of 2020, the standard Pennsylvania ID will not be enough to get into a secured federal facility, like a military base, or to get through TSA at an airport. That's why Real ID might be a good option for people who like to fly. There are some questions still, though, about how much it's going to cost Pennsylvanians. PennDOT officials say when you decide to get a Real ID, you'll have to pay a one-time fee for that and then a license renewal fee, all in one.
You'll pay $30 for your Real ID fee. The current renewal fee is $30.50, so your first Real ID will cost you $60.50 if you're an average non-commercial driver.
That renewal fee can be confusing for some people. That PennDOT spokesperson says it all will work out. Here's an example. My license doesn't expire until 2022. If I opt into Real ID, I'll have to renew my license, which means my Real ID won't expire until 2026. That way, I get all the time I paid for. Also keep in mind that the license renewal fee can go up every 2 years. It's based on the Consumer Price Index. It's $30.50 right now. That could change, though, in a few years.
In the case of people that have a lot of time left on your license, you're going to probably get the most bang for your buck.
Another question people have is how and where you can even get a Real ID. If you got your first license or identification card in Pennsylvania after September of 2003, you can pre-verify on PennDOT's website. I tried it, and it took about 1 minute. If you got your license before September of 2003, you can go to any PennDOT driver's photo license center and bring these documents: your original birth certificate or passport, a social security card, and 2 proofs of Pennsylvania residency, which can be your Pennsylvania license, Pennsylvania vehicle registration, or even a utility bill with the same name and address. Also, if you've changed your name, you'll need proof of that too.
About 140,000 Pennsylvanians are pre-verified for Real ID right now.
People can pre-verify in person up until March 1st and online anytime they want. If you are pre-verified, the process becomes pretty simple once Real ID is available.
You'll be able to get your Real ID mailed to you. You'll just go online after March when they're available, make your application, pay the required fees, and your Real ID will be mailed to you within 15 business days.
Now, if you don't pre-verify, you'll have to bring your documents to any PennDOT photo license center and get a Real ID within 15 days. Or you can go to one of these locations, the new Real ID centers. The two in our area are on Lincoln Highway East in East Lampeter Township, Lancaster County, and on North Enola Road in East Pennsboro Township, Cumberland County. At these locations, you can walk out with a Real ID on the same day.
As time goes on, there will be more Real ID centers throughout the state that will be added to our total.
PennDOT estimates about 2.5 million people in Pennsylvania will want a Real ID.
Based on what we've seen in other states with similar programs, they've seen about 25 to 30% of their customers choose to get a Real ID.
Just to be clear, this is what the new Real ID is going to look like. It looks pretty similar to the current Pennsylvania license, but here's the difference. The gold star on top, that means it's Real ID. And for the people who decide they don't want to get a Real ID, this is what the new Pennsylvania standard license will look like the next time you renew it, and it will say not for Real ID purposes. And if you have a story you want me to look into, Fox 43 wants to find out. Let me know, send me a message on Facebook, or shoot me an email at fox43findsout@fox43.com.